Hey guys, it's Rachel with Mr. Nola's Glitter. We are outside today. We are outside the back of our warehouse and store, and I wanted to do something a little different. Normally I come to you guys and we're live and we have everything. We go by the seat of our pants and we just go. But I've been wanting to show this technique for a little while, and so and it's basically just spray paint. So I don't know if you guys have seen, it might be hard to see out here because it's so bright, but this is a spray painted galaxy. So all this is basically just spray painted base and a little bit of glitter mixed in your top coat with some stars and what have you. This is the same technique, and then this is one of the MNGkrewe collections on top of it. So it's the same spray paint job, but you get two totally different effects. So this is very galaxy as well, but this is more like blinged out galaxy. And then this is just, this is very subtle, gorgeous galaxy. Bridget actually did this one when she was here, my friend Bridget, and I learned this technique from her. So I am going to, in turn, pass it along to you. So the only difference is today is I have a plethora of spray paint. So I want to try some different color combinations. I have about 4 cups here. They're from all different vendors. Most of them come from Stainless Depot Hog. They're my preferred vendor right now. I love them, and so I have a few different sizes. So always you're going to start with, I have all of my spray paint here. Most of mine do not have lids because I can't keep up with them. But we're going to start with a black. I'll show you the colors that we're going to do. And what you're going to do is just going to randomly spray all these different colors and different spots. There's no rhyme, no reason, no right, no wrong. And then what you get is very haphazardly, you get a galaxy. And then you finish at the top with some white. I think I'll start with maybe this. I have gloves on. These cups have been sanded and washed. So I'm going to start with the black first. So I'm just spraying, I'm just shaking it up, and so I just sprayed some random black. I'll go back over on that one. I'm going to go with this magenta. So this is, I like Rust-Oleum. This is my favorite. Krylon sucks. The cans suck to me. And this is Satin Magenta. Again, just holding it out. Lightly bursting. A little bit of everything. You're just going to keep layering it. Let's see. I like this purple. So this is just gloss purple. You can use gloss or matte. It doesn't really matter because you're going to cover it. Again, I'm holding my cup this far out, and then I'm just aiming, putting it a little. I try not to press the button too hard so it gets like that overspray kind of look. You see? So it's like little splotchy, but that's cool because you're going to keep building it up, and that's what's going to give you your galaxy. Let's try this golden sunbeam. I never had the yellow on it before. This might be too much yellow, but we'll see. So I like how it like sputters. Even sputtering on it gives it a really cool effect. I'm going to go back in with some more black. To give you like some irregular spray patterns, hold your spray can upside down, which I usually save to do that when I do the white to add the stars. Then I have the satin sea glass, which is this one. I hate this spray paint. I got it on clearance. That's why I have so much of it, and they have like 40 bottles of it. Oh, now it's going to behave. So see, it's building up. I'll go back and add a little bit more black because I want that black to be layered in there, just like you would any kind of galaxy. I don't know if you're supposed to spray paint you shake your can while you're spraying. I don't know, to be honest. So this is where we're at. So I have this ink blue, this dark blue. I'm gonna add some of that. So I'm just kind of finding the spots that looks a little blank. Probably should be going the other way because I think the spray paint is blowing back on me. All right, I want a little bit more black. So right now I'm just making sure that I don't see any silver. Anywhere that looks kind of silvery, I'm just making sure I spray paint it with that black. So if you see now, we've kind of got a little galaxy going. And now I'll add the lighter colors. There's a little black right there. See how it like spattered and gave that like little look? I'm gonna take this silver, add a few flecks of silver. Look how cool that did. I have a little bit of this apple red. I never tried the red on there before, but I thought maybe why not? So that was cool. It gave it like a splash. I hope y'all can see that. We'll find out. And then I have the fluorescent. I'm gonna take more black and make it a little bit darker, but then I'm gonna add the flecks of the fluorescent on the top. I don't know, that's kind of cool. There's just one little spot that looks weird right there. All right, so let's see what this fluorescent Krylon will do. It will probably make me mad. Maybe. The wind is really blowing out here, so. Huh, I don't know. Let's see, we got the fluorescent orange. So I don't know if you can see that, but it kind of like sputtered. Now, I think that's pretty freaking cool. So I'm gonna take my white and I'm gonna add some stars. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold my can upside down and make it like spray chunky if I can. This is where the Krylon white will really come in handy if you want to, because it already sprays crappy and you don't have to make it spray crappy. So I will spray this upside down. So what I will also do, so I got a little bit on there. So see at the bottom right there where it came out? So I like that. If I want more than that, I will, when we're done, after it's all dry, I'm gonna add a little bit more black on the top, I think. I'll do like a black swirl around it to kind of give it some movement. So there we go. There's one. So we're gonna do another one. I'm gonna do it with I have an idea. This one. I'm gonna start with black again. This is from Puzzle Tumblers, guys. This is where I got this one. This is so cute, right? I'm gonna show you how to do it without all the fancy. we're gonna do the regular colors that I did before. So black, magenta. This magenta's like sprays. It's a brand new can and it's like super spray. All right, so it looks like a spotted cow. And I'm gonna go with this sea glass. You guys see? I know it's a little far away. Let's see if I do it like this. Can you see? I mean, it looks like a hot mess. All right, and then I had a little bit of this ink blue, and then we'll do black to fill in the spots. All right, and then we'll fill in with the black. What do I do with it? Make sure I get under that handle. So that one looks pretty cool. And then we will do the white. So to get it to do like this, you half spray. There we go. See? That one's pretty sweet. I'm gonna go back and add those white, some chunky white onto these. But see? So you can also get that same effect if you want to flick acrylic paint on it if you'd like. I would water down just a little bit and then you could get those same effects. But if you could get it with the, takes control, and something I don't normally have much of. So that one's kind of pretty. All right, so we got that one, and let's see if we can do, so I'm gonna do a little one. I'm gonna do this. This is a little can koozie thing. I'm gonna try to do this with a white base first because I want to use the neon colors, and the neon colors look better on a white base. So I'm gonna, it's just like I did the galaxy with the black. That's what I'm gonna do with this. All right, so I got my white. So basically everywhere I did that white, I'm gonna try to go in with this fluorescent and go over that. So it makes it that pop. There we go. See how that looks? Now we'll do the, where's the other fluorescent orange? So this one's coming out like chunky. So we have that, right? And then let's fill in our black spots. I'm gonna do this yellow sunbeam. It's not a fluorescent, but I wanna try to see if I can get some of those half sprays of the yellow on it. You know, the chunky ones that I've been trying to get with the white. There we go. Oop, it's all over my phone. Mr. Nola will probably kill me, but let's see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm holding it down and letting those chunks maybe fall. That one's kind of cool. So there was this. That one's cool. I wish I had some green. I want to add a little bit of green to that. But that one's super cool. I like that one a lot. Okay, so maybe we'll do that one again with some green. So remember how we did that one? We started with white, okay? So we're gonna put the white. This one's a hog, okay? We're gonna do your little white splotches because remember that's where the neon sticks to. It like makes it really popping on that white. Okay. All right, then we're using this neon, this fluorescent, right? And then so this is gloss citron green, so it's not really neon, but it's gonna work as neon over that white. Can you guys see? I hope so. All right, and then we have the neon fluorescent orange. All right, and then we're gonna finish it with the black. We're gonna cover that up. We're gonna make that galaxy. So I'm doing burst with the black, so it kind of gives it that speckledy look. And then I'm just gonna build around it. I think that's pretty snazzy. And then I will do my white baby burst. Essentially, if you can't get the hang of those baby bursts, you can do that with acrylic paint, okay? But there we go. Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so our cups are dry that we have spray painted already. So I am mixing up my epoxy real quick. I have my gloves on and my sleeves. So we are going to just put a thin coat of epoxy. I have a bunch of different things that I might want to decorate my galaxy with. This is a quick set epoxy, so it will set up relatively quick, so we'll be able to see the finished results, or pretty close to the finished results today when we get done. So if you noticed, I'm mixing my epoxy, whipping it like a cake. I don't sweat this because I'm going to rub it on my cup and the bubbles are going to disappear. And if there's bubbles left behind, I also do not sweat that either, okay? So I'm just want to make sure this is nice and mixed. So you could probably, most people will have a stroke watching me mix epoxy. Don't worry, you won't be the first and you won't be the last to freak out about the way I mix epoxy, okay? But it works for me. You do what works for you. All right, so these are our two neon ones. This is our regular traditional, and this was the first one that we put every color under the sink. So I am going to start this way, not to touch everything. So lightly, I mean, you just need a super light coat. This is not going to be your final coat. It could be your final coat if you want it to be your final coat, but I'm just getting a little bit epoxy on here because I'm going to add some cool glitter shapes, some stars, maybe some glow in the dark glitter. My cup is wobbling because I have it on a football. I forgot this was a football and not a chuck. So just a little bit of epoxy on here, very light because you don't need a lot. for this next step, okay? So this is a quick set of epoxy. This is a wobbly cup. I'm cracking up because it's so wobbly, okay? No big deal. I'm gonna straighten it out. This is the reason why I like chucks and not footballs, because your cups get really wobbly on a football. Love my cup chucks. All right, so people wonder, how do you epoxy a cup with a handle? You just like a regular cup, right? So I'm just taking a little bit. I don't know how much epoxy I mixed up because I didn't measure it. It was just a few pumps of each side. So I just make sure I get the whole cup, and then you're really going to rub that handle with epoxy on your fingers, because epoxy is self-leveling, so it's gonna wrap around that handle, and it's gonna do nice. It's gonna do nice things. Don't forget your bottoms. Bottoms are always important. Just making sure, rubbing this handle very well to make sure the epoxy is all the way around it. This will not be your final coat of epoxy, or it won't be my final coat, so if I miss a spot, I'm not gonna sweat it. Same thing with this one. Just gonna pay close attention to your handle and make everything around it, just like you're putting suntan lotion on a cup. You do not need a lot for this step. If you're just gonna add some little stars and some what have yous and whatnot. So just rubbing it in like you do suntan lotion. Oh, I love these neon, these ones, oh, so much. Just paying attention, really good attention. Make sure you get everything under it, on the behind it, under it, and again, don't forget your bottom. Okay, that one's all rubbed in, and then lastly, this beautiful. This I cannot wait to use. I do believe one of these will be in my personal collection. This red and orange and pink galaxies, because woo, they are pretty. I'm not forgetting my bottom. Okay, super thin layer. You do not need a lot. I didn't mix a lot. I was just a few pumps of each side with my little pumps that I get off of Amazon. All right, and there's the smaller pumps, so they're good for this. They're good for getting your coat, your first layer on your cups. Oh, I'm in love. I am in love, in love, in love. Look how nice, look how alive those come whenever you put the epoxy on them, right? This cup is needing some help. All right, so just making sure this handle is nice and covered. Don't fall off of there, buddy. Same thing with this handle, okay? Now, I'm gonna let that spin a second. I'm gonna swap out my gloves. So I'm gonna take my torch. This is the only one I can find. I don't know what happened to my other one. I'm gonna hit it lightly with the torch to make sure if I have any bubbles in that epoxy, they're not there. If that bothers you, it normally does not, but I want this to be nice and smooth when I put my stars on. Right? I'll have a link to what I use. This little, this is not my favorite torch. I don't know, my other one must be out there. They must have been using it when they were doing molds. But I'll link you to the one that I like the most. That one, the button is hard to turn on. All right, so now I am going to take, so I have these, this is called Starry Night. Oh, there you are. This is called Starry Night. This is a color shift star that I think is gorgeous. And I think I need just a few on this one. So this is just the fun part. You don't have to do this. I just like to take a few little extra things and sprinkle them to give it some dimension. You can skip this completely. You can put a little bit of like silver fox into your top coat to give it that little sparkle, which when I put another coat on top, that's what I'll do with this, is I'll put a little bit of Silver Fox. I just flick some stars at the bottom like that. So that was those stars. Then for this one, I think, here, okay, so these are 4-point silver stars. I like these. I'm gonna do that on this one down here. And less is more when you do this. So I'm gonna try to do this in like a little swoop, so it kind of looks like it's a shooting swoop. I don't know what I'm calling it. A swoop, a swish, a Milky Way, star swirly, swishy. So I'm only gonna put them in this like a little diagonal swoop on this cup. All right, and there was a couple of those blue ones still stuck on there. Then this is Galaxy Stars Gold, which this is some gold holographics, like all different kinds of golds, cut stars. There's big stars, little stars, cutout stars, some some bigger stars. So I'm gonna do the gold on this one. So I am just going to drop from top. And kind of just let these fall where they want to. I see that there are a lot of them on that handle, which I don't necessarily want, but it is what it is. It's staying there now. That just might make my handle a little harder to epoxy if it's those plunky stars. And I'm going to make sure to chunk some at the bottom. Let's see, make sure. Maybe a couple of more. I like the way these look on this one a lot. So this one might have more stars than I anticipated, but I have a hard time with less is more. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not. So make sure. All right, so got those. Now on this one down here, I'm gonna use a Stars Born Blueberry Hill. So these are also stars, but these are color shifting stars, and I think they're very similar to the colors that we have on this cup. So I think it might look pretty. So again, I'm gonna from up top and just let them fall pretty much. I'm also going to do some little glow in the dark on this one to make it look like there's like a little shooting stuff. So I'm just going to chunk them at the bottom. I like the stuff chunked at the bottom of my cups here. Then I'm going to use, where'd my Ann Rice go? So I have our Ann Rice, which is our glow in the dark glitter Ann Rice, right? So I'm going to do a little bit of swirl on this one with those. Let's see, I have this little jar here. Might be easier to pinch out of this jar. Okay. So similar to what I did with the whole star thing over there, I'm just gonna do with this, with the Ann Rice, kind of give it like a glowy little runway. And again, chunk them at the bottom. See, this might need a couple little sprinkles. Ann Rice is so pretty by itself. It's like a gorgeous glitter by itself, and then the glow is like extra. I'm gonna do a little bit of Ann Rice on all of them, because who doesn't want a little bit of glow in their galaxy, right? So it's like coarse salt, you know, like you just sprinkle a little coarse salt on the top of your cup. So I'm doing, just giving it a little bit of. I'm gonna do the same thing with this one over here. I didn't get anything on the bottom of that one, so. And then the last but not least, we have these little glow in the dark stars. So I think I'm just gonna do a few in my hand like this. Let's see what it looks like. I like how that looks. So I can get some on this handle. Get over there. Ooh. Maybe I need some on this one too. Now, some of these that are not laying flat, I will come back with a pair of tweezers and make sure that they're not like overlapped and like chunky and looking weird. And of course this one needs some glow in the dark stars as well. So if you're going for a more realistic galaxy, maybe you won't throw all these stars on there, but the galaxy, let's face it, there's a lot of stuff out there we don't know what it is. So you don't know, maybe your galaxy does look like this. In my world, this is what my galaxy looks like. And I think anything is pretty as long as you enjoy doing it and you think it's pretty. Art is what you want to do and how you want to make it look. And I guarantee you there will be someone that appreciates your art the way that you appreciate your art. It might not be everyone, and that's okay. There's tons of artists that I know, but they're just like not my style, but they're still artists and that's their thing, and I don't have to like everybody's art. So we will see you in a couple hours when these have set up. We will take them outside. And here they are. I would take them outside, but the sun's already went down, so I wanted to show you guys what they look like finished. Here's this one. We'll get some decals on them and we'll get some really good pictures taken of them. There's this one I love. Tomorrow we'll get close-ups and there's the final.